What's good, guys? Got another review coming at you today. Another Jean-Christophe scent. This one's totally different side of the market. This is what you would call a cheapie. This is a true cheapie. The only reason I knew about this is because he posted about it on Instagram. And often a cheapie doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It just means it's probably not going to last very long. You know, it's got like lower price materials on it. But I know from having smelt a number of his things that are on the sort of extreme budget side, he's able to come up with some amazing things, even when they're not very expensive. So this one is part of a new. I think they've got a whole new line have come out. Adidas. It's Adidas. You're probably thinking Adidas. It's Adidas. It's Adidas Vibes is the name of the line. I think there's like 5 or 6 scents in this line. And I think they already have an existing line, but this is a new series in this line. It's an EDP, supposedly. Doesn't really mean much these days. But yeah, Adidas Vibes Wander Force is the name of the scent. I saw the notes and I just thought, yeah, we got as soon as it's viable, we'll check this one out, especially as Jean-Christophe was posting about it. So Wander Force, the notes, top notes, grapefruit, rhubarb, pink pepper. Middle notes, rose essential, geranium. And then we've got base notes, vetiver, patchouli, ambrette, and white musk. And in the actual sort of lead sort of notes, because it says what the sort of notes are on the box, it highlights rhubarb and white musk as the notes. And it's also certainly marketed for unisex use. In fact, the only person who spoke about this online, I think, was like some fitness influencer who was a girl. So it should be unisex. It is a sort of suggested market for this. Yeah, it's supposed to be uplifting. It's supposed to make you feel happy. Supposedly that's scientifically proven. I don't know about that, but it's a Jean-Christophe creation. Can he do something good for £10? Costs about £10. This thing wasn't expensive. It's 50ml size. These scents come in a 30, a 50, and 100ml. I managed to find this on Notino. I think it was about a tenner. I bought something else as well at the time, but it was about £10 for the 50ml, so not expensive. We know from some of his other perfumes that are on the sort of lower end. The David Beckham ones, not very good. I wouldn't necessarily recommend trying those just because his name's attached to them. But he had one called, I think it's called Let's Go to Paris or something, by the house of, is it Mandarino Duck or Mandarina Duck? He had one for that house which was like super budget, like this sort of price, and it actually smells kind of good. So it's possible to do good things at this sort of price. So, and we know that the rhubarb note, we had the rhubarb note in Match Point Cologne, which is one I spoke about. I think I spoke about this in the top 10, but this was one that I was sort of quite heavily praising online when it came out as just sort of a really nice, really nice citrus, really good for the money. So we highly recommend Match Point Cologne. But the Adidas Vibes Wander Force is potentially going to be a more unisex rhubarb. So let's see what we get from it. I have used this, so I know what we're going to get. But we'll spray it. I'll tell you what I get. Here we go. There we go. We get quite a bit of like alcohol on the opening. Sign of a sort of a lower end, brand. But just beneath that alcoholic sort of, the alcoholic effect that we get at the opening, it is a very beautiful rhubarb. Like this rhubarb that you get in this scent, it's photorealistic. This is a rhubarb note that could have been in a niche perfume. This is a really rhubarb note. Like I cannot believe how good this rhubarb smells. And it smells, in some respects, it's less sort of tangy than the one in Match Point Cologne, but it does have it's almost like it's a more complete rhubarb, this rhubarb note. You get the green facet to it. You get this sort of, I guess you've got other notes in here. You've got rose, but the way the sort of the rhubarb smells in this, I think this is really good. I think this is really, really good. It's definitely unisex. It definitely could be worn by women. But what a rhubarb note. Really fizzy as well. I'll spray a bit more. I've been using this one. Heavy on the sprays. It sticks around more than long enough for something that costs this much money. And the rhubarb is batting so far above this one's price. It's ridiculous. This is a Jean-Christophe jam. No doubt about it. I don't think any other perfumer could have made something for £10 that smells this good. I mean, it's just personal. You know, these are the kind of things I like to smell, where I can really smell how creative the perfumer's been, given what they're working with, given the budget. But take the budget out of the equation. This rhubarb note, and it's sort of a totally non-offensive base as well. The sort of base is, it says it's white musk. It's got some other notes, but it's a very sort of non-offensive base. It doesn't distract you from anything. It doesn't smell super synthetic. It's not that strong, but it does stick around on skin. I really like this. I really, really like this. I think these are the kind of things that please me with perfumes. When I find something that's this price that I think is like smells really nice, I would wear it. I've been wearing it. I would rather wear this than probably 90% of designer scents, to be honest, because I think this smells better. It smells straight up better. It's not annoyingly synthetic. And if you just like fruity notes in general, if you like me, you like to smell different fruity notes, you like to smell them at their best. This is Jean-Christophe again. It's a different rhubarb to Match Point Cologne, but I think it's just as good, and I really praise Match Point Cologne. This rhubarb is more of a unisex rhubarb, but it has this very fizzy quality to it. It's fizzy, it's green, it's almost like, because you know rhubarb is sort of like a stem. It's sort of like the green stem of the rhubarb. You can sort of smell that. It reminds you of some of the sort of, those rhubarb. I think there's like a rhubarb candy. I can't remember what it was, but it's like a rhubarb candy that's like pink on one side and yellow on the other. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit, to be honest. And that's a good smell. It's a really good smell. So, yeah, Adidas Force Wonder Vibes. I could think of a lot worse things to spend your money on if you want something that's just sort of a pick-me-up, just sort of an easy wear. You just want to spray something on when you're just popping out of the house. I think this smells fantastic. I think it's unisex. I love it. I'll probably end up buying another bottle just because it's ridiculous value. And I was actually thinking, there's a perfume that came on the channel about a month ago, Solferino Palais Royal. It's kind of like a green tea scent. It's very smooth. It's not very strong. It would work really well with this. Spray that on, spray this one afterwards. It would give that one a bit more of a kick, a bit more of a fruity kick, and it would work so perfectly with the sort of the green tea and a rhubarb. In fact, that's an idea for a scent, but the green tea with a rhubarb, I think that would work really, really well as sort of a layering scent. So if you've got anything that you think needs sort of more of a, you could add a rhubarb note to, this could very much be used as a layering scent. It's sort of enough of just rhubarb that you could add it to something else and just give it, basically just add a rhubarb note to another perfume. I think it would work great. Yeah, I love this one, how this one smells. It's only the opening where I get any sort of syntheticness, and it's even then it's just a very mild touch of that sort of alcoholic sort of thing, and then it's immediately into the rhubarb. And I think it smells great. And like I said, I've been wearing this, spraying quite a bit. Yeah, I was spraying a lot actually when I used it, and it was totally like non-annoying. I could smell a scent bubble. Didn't sort of project for hours, but it did last to my skin still. I could still pick it up. And I think this is well worth checking out. Probably not going to be for everybody. If you want your sort of scents to last a bit longer. Very unisex again, so it's not necessarily particularly masculine or feminine. I see that as a good thing a lot of the time, but yeah, I think this smells great. If you want to smell some rhubarb, guys, if you want to smell a nice bit of rhubarb done by a master perfumer when it comes to these sort of fruity notes, citrus notes, you want to smell something that's just sort of a masterclass in budget perfume, this is it, guys. Wonderforce, Adidas Vibes Wonderforce. And as crazy as this sounds, I'm as excited and happy about this as I am with any niche perfume. When it's this good at this sort of price, I'm just like, I'm so vindicated for like checking these things out. I really enjoy this. And like I said, it's not just, you know, I'm not just smelling this and just looking, that's good for the money. I can wear this. I can actually wear this and fully enjoy it. Use it as a layering scent potentially as well with some other things. It's just, yeah, it's just great work again by Jean-Christophe. So yeah, Adidas Vibes Wonderforce. Look for this if you like the sound of like a simple rhubarb scent that's got a very, very high level of blending and realism. Like I said, it's photorealistic, the rhubarb in this. What was that scent that came out? It was Roger Parfum's Elysium. What was the one? Elysium, is it Intense? Elysium Intense, the one in the sort of the frosted bottle. They brought that out with the sort of the rhubarb note. It's a nice enough perfume. This is a better rhubarb. In fact, this as well. These have a better rhubarb note than that one. That one supposedly had a rhubarb note. It has like 50 notes anyway. But the rhubarb note in these, if you want the realistic, juicy rhubarb note, go for these. Because this is, this is epic. This is really nice. So yeah, just a short video, just to recommend this one really. Because I think, again, spectacular value. And yeah, worth checking out on the budget side. And it's brand new, so if you can't find it straight away, maybe in a month or two you'll be able to get it in Boots or somewhere. But and maybe some of the other ones in the line are good too. But I was straight on this one because Jean-Christophe posted about it, and yeah, very, very happy. Very, very good piece of perfume here.